What's up, Yoon fam? It is I, Mark Yoon, and today I'm bringing another hopefully exciting video. So what I got for you today is something that I found on Twitter. There was a funny little comment based on an article that was just recently written about Demon Souls, and I wanted to talk about that for a second, but this also drove me to update my, I don't want to say predictions because I really have no information, but I would say maybe speculation on who I think could possibly be the guest in the Season 3, if that's even a thing itself. But, so I'm bad at Tekken at ATL Wiley actually responded to this article, which was funny. So, at Nebellion tweeted about the article, just a summarization of it, and they said the 8-rule system is now omnidirectional 8-way. And he responded, Demon Souls confirmed Soul Calibur. So, I wanted to get into that little part of the article right there where they just talked about that. That doesn't mean it's confirmed. It was a joke, but I mean, it could potentially lead to something. I don't know. So the question that was asked was, one other thing that you mentioned in your quote on the PlayStation blog was that you want it to feel fresh and appeal to new users that are accustomed to modern controls and experiences. Can you explain what that means? In a previous demo, it seemed like when the player was locked on, they were locked on to the 4-way roll system. Is that still the case? And the answer was, so we actually have omnidirectional, so you can roll in 8 directions now. The game came out 11 years ago now, which is a long time ago in gaming history, so a lot has changed since people's expectations of what the game should be, and has changed a lot. So we've had to make sure that we made quality of life improvements to the game that people expect. The only reason why this made me spark interest in this article is because Soul Calibur is kind of known for its 8-way run system, so the fact they have inputted omnidirectional 8-way rolling. Other games have implemented this as well. I'm just saying this is a staple of Soul Calibur. And since part of, casting a good guest character is based on relevancy, and we have the Demon Souls remake coming out, which has got a lot of hype, I thought that maybe the first character that can change in my predictions could possibly be the Slayer of Demons, which is the main protagonist of Demon Souls. Just because he does fit the aesthetic, but that's not necessarily 100% needed to function as a guest, because we have characters like 2B who really have no business being in the world, but was a great guest in my opinion. So I think that was a cool little thing that they just wrote there, and it's a good update for people who want to play the game. It's sure gonna make avoiding boss attacks definitely way more easy. Way easier. What's with my English today? Sorry, no script. So, I know I mentioned a few of these characters before, but I'm just going to name 3 besides the Slayer of Demons, in which I think have a good shot. The first one being a Final Fantasy character. So it can either be the new protagonist for Final Fantasy 16, Clive Rosefield, or it could be Cloud Strife. Cloud Strife was previously, as people don't know, or some do now, I've covered it in the past. Cloud Strife was in talks to be the actual guest character for Soul Calibur 2 on PlayStation, but at the last minute they fell through, so since they're both owned by Bandai Namco and share a lot of the same producers and team, they borrowed Heihachi Mishima from the Tekken series to cover Cloud not being in the game, so it's fairly easy to implement him in there. So, with the remake being as popular as it is, and it not being finished for the next, whole console generation for as long as it takes those games to come out, because the first game only covered 20% of the game, I think it's a very big possibility that it could be Cloud. Maybe those talks can be reinvigorated and we can get him with his Buster Sword, and he's got multiple different weapons throughout the game like any other Final Fantasy character also, so they can put them in their weapon slots as well. The Buster Sword is different from the Clave and Siegfried and Nightmare's broadswords. Well, they're Claves, but I think it could act. I mean, there are similarities, but I mean, it could add to the gameplay. But I've talked about that before ad nauseum. But Clive Rosefield, I don't really know anything about him outside the fact that he's the new main protagonist in the next Final Fantasy game. So maybe that's a possibility they add him instead just to build hype for their franchise. But I don't know, he looks kind of cool. I mean, I guess maybe you can make stuff using his creation parts, like Sasuke and stuff, I guess. But it looks like he is using a basic broadsword. But you know, the gameplay style isn't really dependent on the weapons in Soul Calibur. It's actually the play style itself of that weapon. So you can have similar weapon types in the game, but as long as they have completely different play styles, then like you could do a lot more with them. The next character that I thought could lend itself well would be actually, I think Jin Sakai from Ghost of Tsushima could actually be a good guest. Some people are probably wincing at that automatically, like I did at first, saying, "Oh no, not another samurai." But he's not really a samurai, to be fair. Like he is a samurai in name, but if you haven't played the game, there's a lot of different aspects to his character. He uses a multitude of similitude, even, of different techniques that he learns from other people or that he uses from other people, like Ronin tactics, even shinobi or like ninja kind of stealth attacks. And we're not talking like just he uses like an attack here, like some caltrops on the ground. Like you can go straight up. He will only be a ninja, like except for his swordplay, like Ronin. Even with online, they've added the hunter aspect and stuff because he does use a bow also. So there's a lot of different things they can actually do with his character. I think that they still will use a katana or a curved katana for his main weapon, but they can incorporate a lot of moves similar to what they do in Tekken 7 with Noctis. Not obviously have them glowing, but switching up weapons on the fly depending on the combo input stream that you put in. So you can have him switch to his bow. You can even have stances that could be introduced. That would be a good way to use the character. I just think he would be a really good character for it. If I was going to add any more bonuses, I would say since Devil May Cry is coming out with the special edition pretty soon, it would be nice to see Virgil in the game, but Soul Calibur usually tends to stick to the main protagonist of things. They don't really venture off into the realm of secondary characters or what have you. So I think that it would probably be Nero, possibly Dante, but I would hope for Virgil. But honestly, any of those would be an awesome guest to have also, so that's my bonus. They're probably the most different from any of the choices that I've already listed previously, but that is my updated list of speculative characters that I can possibly see coming to the franchise in the form of a guest in Season 3 of Soul Calibur 6. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. I know we talked about this before, but have you updated your list at all because of recent information that's come out or games that have been announced to release or anything of that nature? Any and all thoughts are always welcome in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, thank you for watching the video. I appreciate it. Thank you for commenting. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And as always, thank you.
And thank you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Have you always wanted some sweet Mark Yoon merch? Maybe a thick U shirt, maybe a shirt from Squirt, maybe my pretty face with my logo all over your body, or a throw pillow, or blanket, or anything? Well, you're in luck because I just launched my merch store and it is going to be available on Redbubble, and you will find a link to it in my description box down below. It's got a lot of quality content and a lot of good stuff for you to pick up so you can show your support for the channel and just rep Mark Yoon.